Hello, welcome to another video. First of all, exciting news from Bambu Labs. I received this email today which talks about their new A2C, which looks like a large form factor A1, which is all very exciting, and it's what lots of people have been asking for. It says that's to be announced on the 1st of June, so hopefully that'll be just what people have been waiting for, and it'll fill a nice niche in the market, I think. Now, secondly, I want to talk about eBay and Etsy in the UK. They've screwed me over a little bit, basically, recently. First of all, let's start with eBay. Now, in the UK, we have national insurance numbers, which basically identifies us for national insurance tax purposes. Now, you might know that eBay now have to report automatically earnings over £1,000 to HMRC in a year, in a tax year, which is fine. I haven't got a problem with that because I don't earn enough to be in that threshold. I basically earn enough to pay for the filament that I use when I'm printing. I do it with enjoyment, although now and again I make a profit. For example, last Christmas I was selling plastic advent calendars with little drawers in to put gifts or sweets, and a lady in America bought 25 for work gifts. So that was, that was obviously a profit that month, but it's not enough to be within the tax threshold at all. Now, at the same time as all this was going on, and this was announced, my driving license expired, and I had to send it to the DVLA to be renewed. Little did I know that it was taking around 5 months for them to process the license. I had to wait 5 months from November last year to get my license back. I don't have a passport because that expired a while ago. So all I had was my license, or not, as the case may be, typically. So I had to sit on it. I tried contacting eBay, but I just got a generic response back. Now, because it took so long, they changed the status of my account. I was on faster payments, which was where if you maintain a good record, when somebody pays for an item, you get the money straight away. Because it took me so long to re-upload my ID, and because eBay had no patience, basically I was put back on normal payments where you have to wait 3 days after it's been received by the buyer. So that doesn't help matters really. You lose track of where you're up to. Not only that, but they suspended my account for a short time because of this, because of the waiting, and I lost all of my algorithm progress. I was basically a nobody again, a new seller with not history. Obviously I keep my history, but I was removed from the algorithms, so I wasn't selling anything. It just stopped completely. It has started picking up just recently, the last week or so, but it's been 3 months now where I've had no sales, purely because of this issue with the license. So they didn't help. As for Etsy, eBay just ask for your national insurance number and they report your earnings automatically. Etsy, however, decided to insist that you needed to supply a unique tax reference number, a UTR, not just your national insurance number. Now, to get a UTR, you have to be registered as a business or a sole trader. And to be registered as a business or a sole trader, you have to go on the self-assessment scheme, which is basically what you guys do in the States. You declare your taxes for the year, every year. But most people don't have to do that in this country. I don't have to do that, and I don't want to do that. I've done it once before when I owned a business about 20 years ago, and it was a nightmare. And I do not want to do it now. And I spoke to Etsy, and again, nothing. Brick wall. So I've had to stop selling on Etsy because I'm not within the threshold for becoming a business. I don't make profit. I do it for enjoyment, and I'm not willing to go self-assessment registered just because they want to report my earnings, which were minuscule, not enough to be affected, not enough to affect my tax or anything. It's ridiculous. So I've had a blow with Etsy and eBay. eBay might recover, but Etsy, I've just given up with them. There's no point. There's no point in me registering. Now, let's move on to some lighter news and what I've been printing this week. First of all, I made this. This is a hoodie pen holder. I gave it to my girlfriend to take to work, and I quite like it. I like the rainbow filament that's been used there, and I think it looks really nice. She and my daughter did say it looked a bit weird because it looked like a body, but I quite like it. Secondly, I made this from a Patreon. It's a chocolate chip cookie jigsaw puzzle. Comes in this nice pot, and these are the pieces, and I'll show you a picture of what it looks like completed. Now, it took a long time. There's two versions. There's a 37-piece version and a 61-piece version. I only went for the 37, and it took a long time to put this together and a lot of patience. So my partner decided that she was going to cheat and write numbers on the back. So if we ever get stuck, see 26, 27, we know they're next to each other in some way. Cheating. So that's that. Secondly, she wanted an ocarina. Now, I found a couple of models on Maker World. This was one of them, which turned out really nicely using this silk rainbow filament. It looks like a nice model. It's printed really nicely. I especially like this bit. Unfortunately, it doesn't work. It just doesn't work as an ocarina. So I found another one, which is a Lana model. Here it is. It's much bigger, as you can see. And I don't like the way the filament has come out on this one as much. But this one works. So that's another thing of printing. Something else I printed for a friend of mine was this. Can you see it? Clone Trooper helmet for cosplay. It's taken 2 days to print this. Well, not too bad really considering the size of it. What else have I printed? I designed a little... I've had a dog guard fitted in the car on the back seats, but it keeps falling down because the screw can't tighten enough that bolts it to the headrest. So I designed and printed a little spacer on Tinkercad, which basically slides over the bolt and gives it more play. So that seemed to have worked quite well until today, when it was 29 degrees and it melted. I tried to adjust it because it slipped down and it turned into a plastic twist. It looks like a fidget or a sensory toy now. So I need to make that again out of PETG or carbon fibre or something. Something I'm about to print is a spacer for the X2D. The plastic PTFE tube inside is rubbing on the glass at the top. It's making a noise and it's going to wear the tube out. So you can print a spacer that lifts the glass up by an inch or so. I'll show you a picture of that. So I'm about to print that now, hopefully to stop the tube running, especially in the heat, with the heat of the chamber. With it rubbing on the glass at the top, it wears it down. So hopefully that should help. And I think that's about it. Yeah, that's about it. So thanks for watching. Just a quick update, and I shall see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.